There we go. All right. Good morning, everybody. We're here Saturday morning to do a little slow flow. We're all just getting settled in here. I was demonstrating for people in the studio some of the moves that we're going to do, but if you're watching at home, I'll talk you through it later. Right now, we're just going to start on our back. So you can extend your legs long if you want to, bend your back and bend into your knees if you want to. Or you can be in child's pose, you can be sitting up. Just find a comfortable place to be. We're going to start moving from our back. That's why I'm putting you there now. Doesn't mean that for the time that we center, you have to be there. Be somewhere where you're comfortable. Somewhere where you can start to bring your focus to your breath. Bring that focus to your breath. You're able to push all the distractions to the background. So you can be fully focused on your mat, your practice. Be fully present to your mat, your practice. So take a couple more breaths here. Just bring that focus to the breath. Eventually, we're going to start to control our breath. So just start to breathe here, in through your nose and out through your nose. Let your breaths become longer, slower, deeper. So as you inhale, you're pulling that breath all the way down to your belly. As you exhale, you're pushing it all the way out. Now we really can start to move here. Just with one breath, one movement. When you're ready to start moving here, first just going to take your knees, hug them in to your chest. We're going to do a couple of TBEs, that's total body extension. So as you're on your mat, right, you're hugging those knees in. Now, you can lift your head and shoulders, start to drive your forehead toward your knees. Right, let your tailbone lift off the mat. If you want to keep it more relaxed, just keep your head and shoulders down. And let your tailbone stay on the ground. And then from there, we're going to open everything up. So you're going to extend your legs all the way long. Take your arms overhead. Now here you can be hovering your heels off the mat. You can have your hands hovering off the mat. Engage the core a little bit. Or you can let your heels come down. Let the back of your hands come down. And just make it more of a stretch. Pointing your toes towards the front of the room. Reaching your hands towards the back of the room. Now we're going to do that a couple more times here. As we exhale, you're going to bring your hands all the way in. Bring your knees all the way in. Either pull up that little ball or keep it more relaxed. As you inhale, open everything up. All right, let's do that 2 more times. Exhale. Bring it all in. Inhale, open it up. 1 more time. As you exhale, bring it all in. Inhale, open it up. Now 1 more time as you exhale, hug those knees into your chest. This time everybody's going to let their head and shoulders relax down. Right, just be curled into that ball, letting the tailbone come to the mat, letting your head and shoulders come to the mat. You can keep your hands hugged around your shins, or maybe you bring them to the top of your knees. We're going to do our lumbar circles here. You're going to let your knees go over to the right, then push them away from your body. Take them to the left and then bring them back in. So we're just circling around here a few times. Making that circle around the sacrum, the low part of the back. It should feel good. Next time you've got your knees hugged all the way in, just take a little pause and then switch directions. Take your knees over to the left, push them away, bring them to the right, and bring them back in. And so we're circling around here. And then from there, you're going to take your knees now, hug them all the way in. Right? Let your feet come to the ground. Take your hands to your sides, palms face down. We're just going to do a little bridge flow here. Right? So as you inhale, you're just going to push into your feet, lift your hips up. Right? It doesn't have to be super high. We're not going to hang out here like we would do at the end of class. As you exhale, you're going to let your hips come down. Just barely tag them to the floor. Right? So you don't want to drop your hips to the floor and put all your weight into them. Just tag them to the floor, and then as you inhale, lift it back up. And just do that about 5 more times. Exhale, tag the hips. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, drop them down. Inhale, lift them up a couple more times. Down and up. Down and up. Just do it one more time. We're warming up the back. Tag them down. Bring them all the way up. And this time, as you let them come down, now let everything settle back into the mat. Take your knees back into your chest. Take your hands to the crease of your knees. Rock yourself up here. And then let's bring it around into tabletop. Now, as we come into tabletop here, we're just going to do a couple cat-cows. Just get our body and breath in sync. So as you inhale, lift your chin up to the sky, tuck your toe under, let your belly drop. That's cow pose. As you exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, hand out your back, hold out your armpits. That's cat. And just keep moving here. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. So you can be going faster or slower than me as we do these. You can be going faster or slower than anybody else here. I'm just trying to match our movement to our breath. Find the natural rhythm of your breath. Match movements to it. Take a couple more rounds. And we're going to meet back in neutral tabletop. Now, as we come to neutral tabletop here, you're going to tuck your toes under, lift your hips up and back. Come into your first down dog of the day. Right? So now your fingers spread wide like starfish. Your pointer fingers at the front of the mat. Let your head drop between your shoulder blades. Push your belly towards your upper thighs. You can add some movement here if you want to. Bend one knee, then the other. We'll have walk in the dog. Maybe you want to sway your hips from side to side. That feels good. Take the time to check in with your body. Notice what's going on. What feels good. Push forward. What doesn't feel good? Where do you need to hold back? Listen to your body. Make sure you're doing what it needs today. Now from here, you're just going to bend your knees and look between your thumbs. Bring your feet forward, your hands. Come to forward fold. We're going to do our sun salutations. It's a little bit different today. So we're going to do it really slow the first time through. The second and third time through, we'll move a little faster, start to move with our breath. Right now, really settle into your forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you need to, so your belly can touch your thighs. Shake your head, yes and no. Make sure the crown of your head is pointed towards the mat. Now, as we inhale here, we're going to take a half lift in the monkey. Pull your shoulders deep with your hips. Get your back nice and flat. Get the crown of your head pointed forward. And then as you exhale, fold back down. Belly the thighs, crown of the head towards the ground. This time, as we inhale, we're going to take a big reverse swan dive. So you're going to come all the way up to standing. So arms are overhead. Now here's what we're going to do from here. You're going to take your left foot and just swing it around so it goes outside your right foot. And you're bending into both knees. So it's like a little curtsy lunge. It can be really small. It can just be here, right? Or it can be bigger. You can step way out and bring it here. Grab on to your left wrist with your right hand and pull it to the right. Just a little side bend. There we go. Now your hands are going to come up and you're just swinging that left foot back, coming back to your extended mountain. Let's try that the other way. So you're going to swing your right foot back behind your left. And again, maybe it's just right here. Maybe you take it out a little bit deeper, but bend into your knees. Then grab your right wrist with your left hand. Pull to the left. Come back up, swing that left foot back around, the right foot back around. We're back in standing mountain. Now this time you're going to sweep your hands back behind you. Interlace them behind your back. Pull your shoulder blades together. Push your hips forward. Go into your back bend. Chest and gaze go up to the sky. Then inhale, stand tall. Now Now as we exhale, we're going to hinge at the hip. You're going to keep your hands interlaced. Come all the way back down into forward fold. So your hands are behind your back. Try to pull them up and off your low back, if you can. And then from there, you're going to press your right leg straight. Bend into your left knee. Drop your left shoulder toward your left knee. Peel that right shoulder up to the sky. So you're taking a little twist toward the right side of the room. And then take your crown of your head back towards the mat. Square it off, and then we're going to go the other way. So now you're putting a bend in your right knee, pushing your left leg straight. Drop your right shoulder toward your right knee. Take that left shoulder up to the sky. And then both legs straighten out. Drop back into your forward fold. Release your hands. Take them to the mat. Take another half lift monkey. Shoulders even with the hips. Then as you exhale, fold back down. Now you're going to plant your hands and step or float back into your plank. So now, in your plank, right, your body's in one straight line, shoulders right over the wrists, hips just below the shoulders. If you want to drop your knees, drop your knees. We're going to go through our chaturanga here. So you're going to bend your elbows, let them hug to ribs. In this first one, we're all going to go all the way down to the mat. And then as you inhale, you're going to lift up into your baby cobra. So you're just lifting your chest slightly here. You should be able to lift your hands up off the mat if you want to. If you feel a little pull in your low back, your back's doing all the work of holding you up right now. Now, if you want to make this a deeper back bend and use some upper body strength, then you can press your palms into the mat, straighten your arms, pull your chest up and through, come all the way to up dog. So it's up to you. You can stay in up dog, or you can stick with baby cobras, whatever feels better every time we flow. Wherever you are here, flip your feet, lift your hips up and back, come back into your down dog. All right, so let's do that a couple more times through. From your down dog, bend your knees, look between your thumbs, bring your feet forward, your hands come to that forward fold. Inhale, take a half lift monkey. And exhale, fold back down. Inhale, for first swan dive, come all the way up to standing, bring your arms overhead. We're going to take those curtsy lunges again. So your hands stay overhead, swing your left foot back behind, come into that curtsy lunge, grab your left wrist, pull it to the right. Come back around to extended mountain, swing that left foot around, hands up to the sky, go the other way. Right foot behind the left, into your curtsy lunge, grab your right wrist with your left hand, pull to the left. Hands back up to the sky, come back around. And then from there, you're going to sweep your hands back behind you. As you inhale, bring your hands together, pull your shoulder blades together, open your chest. As you exhale, hips shift forward, chest and gaze go up. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, hinge at the hip, take your hands off your low back. Come to your forward fold. And then straighten the right leg, bend to the left knee, drop the left shoulder, peel the right shoulder up, take your twist. Square it off, and then switch it out. Bend into your right knee, drop your right shoulder, push your left leg straight, and lift your left shoulder. Come back to center here, and then release your hands back down to the mat. Inhale, half lift monkey. Exhale, fold back down. Plant your hands, step or float, back to plank. Exhale, lower through your chaturanga. Inhale to cobra up dog. Exhale, down dog. All right, one more time through here. Bend your knees, look between your thumbs. Bring your feet forward, your hands. Come to forward fold. Inhale, half lift monkey. Exhale, hold back down. Inhale, your first swan dive. Come up to standing. And then from there, we're going to take our curtsy lunges to left foot swings behind the right. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. Pull to the right. Come back around the center. Take your right foot, swing it behind the left. Take your little curtsy lunge. Grab your right wrist with your left hand. Pull to the left. Come back around up to extended mountain. As you exhale, sweep your hands back behind you. Inhale, pull your shoulder blades together, interlace your hands. Exhale, go into your back bend. Hips shift forward, chest and gaze go up. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, hinge at the hip. Lift your hands up and off your low back. Interlace, then we'll take those twists. So, left knee bends, left shoulder drops. Right leg pushes straight, right shoulder lifts. Come back to center and switch it out. Right knee bends, right shoulder drops. Left leg goes straight, left shoulder lifts. Bring it back to center, release your hands to the mat. Inhale, half lift monkey. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step and float back to plank. From your knees and from your toes, exhale lower through your chaturanga. Inhale to cobra, up dog. Exhale, shift, down dog. All right, now from down dog, okay, this is important. We're going to start by taking our left leg up to the sky. All right, so it's your left leg that comes up to the sky. Bend into your left knee. You're going to shift forward by your left wrist. And walk your left toes across to the right side of your mat. Let your right knee come down, and then kind of move that right knee back, drop your right hip towards your left heel. So we're in this pigeon position. Keep your hands wherever they were when you were in plank, right? Just push yourself up and look up. And we're going to take that little pigeon push-up. So your elbows are going to go out to the sides. Bring your forehead down towards the mat. Maybe you can tap it to the mat. Maybe you can get that low. It's okay. Push back up. So your hands are still in the same place the whole time. Now, you're going to tuck your right toes under, right? Move that right knee forward a little bit. You're going to take that left foot, point it back towards the back of the mat, and then slide that left knee back till it's right underneath your left hip, right? And then take your right foot. Now you're going to bring that right foot all the way forward between your hands. And you're in kneeling runner's lunge with your right foot forward. So you just slid that left knee back, and that right foot comes forward. So get your right knee right over your right ankle now, as we talked about earlier, right? Maybe you need to move now that left knee back a little bit. Tuck your left toes under. You want that left knee way back behind your left hip. That's better for your knee, right? You're not right on that kneecap, and it opens the hips a little bit more. Now we're going to come up here into a kneeling crescent. Just feel your upper body up. Take your hands up to the sky. And then once you're up, keep that right knee over the right ankle. Bring your palms together. Pull them to heart center. We're going to twist to the right here. So you're going to bring your left elbow towards your right knee. Maybe it just lands on your right knee. Your thumb to the right to heart center. Maybe you can hook that left elbow all the way over your right knee, also keeping your thumb to heart center. Maybe it just hovers near your right knee. Now what we're going to try to do here, you're going to come up into a full prayer twist lunge here. So you're going to tuck your left toes under and lift your left knee up off the mat. Right? You can untwist to do that if you need to. You can drop your hands to the mat to do that if you need to. But then come back into it, right? So now we're in this prayer twist, going to go to the right. There we go. Now, as we untwist here, drop your left heel if you haven't already, right? And then you're going to untwist and just come up, take your hands up to the sky. So now you're in warrior one, right? You're squaring your hips towards the top of your mat. If you want to lift your left heel back up here, you can. It makes it easier to square the hips. Makes it harder to balance, right? I lose my balance here as I try to demonstrate. So you decide, do you need the stability or do you need that help with the hips, getting the hips square? Right, wherever you are, take your right hand, drop it down by your right side, and reach your left hand over to the right. So give it a little side bend. All right, now from there, take your right hand, reach it out behind you, take your left hand, reach it in front of you, so twist it to the right. And then as we untwist it, everybody's going to drop their left heel. Left hand's going to reach all the way back behind you. Right hand's going to reach in front of you, right into warrior two. You keep bending the right knee, sending the right knee towards the pinky toe side of the foot. Turn your right palm up to the sky here, and then scoop up. Left hand comes on the left thigh. That right hand reaches up and over in your reverse warrior. So still keeping that deep, deep bend in your right knee, right? So once you've got everything in place with your arms, maybe you wrap that left hand around your back. That's fine too. Bend more deeply into the right knee. Reach a little further back. And then from there, we're going to cartwheel all the way around. Let your hands land on either side of your right foot. Turn those left toes forward. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Let's take our flow here. Exhale through your chaturanga. Inhale to cobra up dog. Exhale, shift. Down dog. All right, so now we're going to do all that on the other side. So what you need to do here, you're lifting your right leg up to the sky. Then bend into your right knee. You're going to drop that right knee by your right wrist. Swing those right toes over towards your left wrist as much as you can get them. Drop your left knee down, and then start to move that left knee back so your left hip drops towards your right heel. Keep your hands where they are. Push up, open up, then bend into your elbows. Bring your forehead to the mat. Press back into your palms and lift it back up. So your hands were in the same place the whole time. Now, we're going to tuck the left toes under. So you're coming off that left knee. Just slide your right knee back until it's underneath your right hip. Then bring your left foot forward, step it through. Come to runner's lunge. So once you're in your runner's lunge with the left knee over the left ankle, now I'm going to move that right knee back a little bit so that my right knee is back behind my right hip. There we go. Now as we inhale here, you're going to peel up, bring your palms together, pull them to heart center. Now we're taking that prayer twist. We start on the knee, just bring your right elbow over towards your left knee. Again, maybe it just lands on top. Maybe it hooks over as long as your thumbs can still stay in heart center. Maybe it's not quite all the way down, that's okay. Right. Now from here, we're gonna try to come up off our left knee. So you're tucking your left, right, and your right knee. Just having your right toes under, up off your right knee. And again, if you've got to untwist or drop your hands to get there, that's fine. Come back into the twist once you're up. Now, everybody's going to drop that right heel to the ground, and then untwist, bring yourself all the way up to warrior one. So your hands are high, deep bend in that left knee, sending the left knee towards the toe side of the foot. Square your hips to the front of the room. If you want to lift your right heel here, you can. Right? If you want to keep it down for some stability, keep it down. Everybody drops the left hand to the left side of your body and just reach that right hand across. Right, so we're coming into this side bend. Now, draw your left hand all the way back behind you. Reach your right hand in front of you. Come to this open arm twisted lunge. Keep your left knee right over your left ankle. And now this time as we untwist, we're going to untwist all the way to warrior two. So that right hand's going to reach up and around, come back until you're reaching right over your middle finger. Or you're reaching right over your knee with your left hand. You're looking right over the middle finger on your left hand. I just flipped around so that I'd be facing the camera. Right, you guys see where you are. Now, turn your left palm up to the sky here. And as you inhale, scoop up with the left hand and let the right hand just trail along your right thigh. Pull it right behind your back. Whatever feels better. Keep bending into that left knee. Maybe you're looking back over your right shoulder. Maybe you're looking up at your left fingertips. From here, we're going to cartwheel everything around. Hands land on either side of the left foot. Turn the right toes forward. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Take your flow here. Exhale for your chaturanga. Inhale to cobra, up dog. Exhale. Down dog. All right, so we're going to try all that again, and then we're going to add on a little bit at the end. So we're going to start, again, by taking the left leg up to the sky. Bend into your left knee. Drop that left knee by your left wrist. And then start to walk those left toes over towards the right edge of your mat. Drop your right knee. Move that right knee back. Push up, open up. So don't move your hands, right? Your hands are still in the same position they were when you were in plank. Take that push up, let your elbows bend. Drop your forehead to the mat. And then push yourself back up. Now, as we come back up here, so you're tucking your right toes under, right? So you can lift up off that right knee, point your left toes towards the back of the room or towards the back of the mat, and then slide that left knee back to tabletop position. Then take your right foot, step it all the way through, come in to kneeling upward lunge. A little bit here, so on the camera. Now, make sure you get that right knee back behind, or left knee back behind the left hip. Right knee stays right over the right ankle. Rise up, come to your kneeling crescent. Bring your palms together, pull them to heart center. We're going to take that twist to the right, so you're bringing your left elbow toward your right knee. Thumbs stay in heart center. Now from here, tuck your right toes under. I keep saying right toes, it's left toes, right? And see if you can stay in this twist and lift your left knee off the mat. Again, if you go to untwist, that's fine. Untwist, and then get yourself up, then come back into the twist. From there, everybody's going to drop that right heel. You're going to untwist, rise up, take your hands up to the sky, come to your warrior one. From your warrior one, drop your right hand to your right side, reach that left hand over, take your side bend. Then reach that left hand forward, draw that right hand back, come to your open arm twist. Keep that right knee over the right ankle. We're going to untwist here all the way to warrior two. So left hand's going to rainbow around, come back behind you, right hand reaches over the right knee. I'm flipping around, you guys see where you are. Just want to face the camera. All right, so now we're here in warrior two. Turn your right palm up to the sky. Scoop up, come to reverse warrior. Now, this is where we stopped last time, so we're going to add on here. Right, so what you're going to do, your hands are going to come up to the sky. You're turning your hips towards the front of the room. Now, you're just going to kick forward with that left foot. Come in to high karate. So you're curling that left knee up to your chest. It's going to like this. Maybe you can get all the way up. I'm going to face the front now so you guys can see what's going on as we keep going here. Maybe get that left knee all all the way up. If your balance is not great, maybe your left toes are on the ground, or maybe you only got it halfway up. Now from here, drop your hands down to your left knee. Now, we're going to come, what's going to happen here, I told it before, right? We're going to sit down on the mat. So maybe you grab around that left foot, take it out, bend your knees, drop your hips all the way down, right? If that seems like something you can do, Sarah, you can probably do it. Drop all the way down, right? Otherwise, maybe you're just here and you start to come down. Maybe you kick that foot out. If I don't lose my balance, and come down, right? So maybe it looks like this. I'm coming all the way down this time. Good. Right? Maybe you had to drop your feet and just sit down. It's all good, right? However you get down to the floor. I wish you could see all the different ways. Just like here in the studio did it, but they all got down to the floor, and that's all that matters. So your left leg is extended long. Your right knee is bent. Your right foot is right to the inside of your left thigh. Now, sweep your left hand back behind your left hip. Reach your right hand up. Your right fingertips are going to reach over your left shoulder. You're looking up over your left shoulder. You can stay right here, right? Or you can take it into Wild Thing. In Wild Thing, I press into my right foot, into my left hand, with my hips up off the ground. Right, you don't have to lift up if you don't want to. Just keep your hips on the ground. Keep this left fingertips reaching over the right shoulder, over the left shoulder. Right fingertips reaching over the left shoulder. All right, if you lift your hips, drop them back down. Now everybody's going to come around. We're going to twist to the right. Bring your left hand back, right hand back behind your right hip. Take your left hand, hook it around your right knee. Hook over your right shoulder. And then as we untwist here, hands are going to reach in front of you. Bring your legs into boat. Right? So maybe it's here. Maybe it's here. Right? Maybe you're going to keep your toes on the ground. Maybe you're going to grab around your knees. Your version of boat. All right? And then from there, bring the soles of your feet together. Drop your feet down to the mat. And then we're going to reach forward. So we're coming into a bound ankle forward fold. So you're reaching your hands maybe past your feet, keeping your back nice and flat here, right? The crown of your head is pointed towards the front of the room. You're not trying to tuck your chin to your chest and draw your head down to your feet. Now from here, you're going to come up and just cross your right foot in front of your left. Come to easy sit, just like this. Take your hands up to the sky. Reach your fingertips up as high as you can. Lengthen out your spine. And then from here, you're going to drop your hands down. We're going to end up in plank, right? So you're dropping your hands down in front of your right shin. Maybe you can roll over your knees and just step back to plank like that. Maybe you had to unwind your legs, but we're all stepping all the way back into plank. Take your flow here. Lower through your shoulder rock now. Inhale, come to Cobra Up Dog. And then exhale, come to Down Dog. All right, so we're going to do that one more time on the left side. So remember, this time it's your right leg that lifts up to the sky. All right, bend into your right knee. Drop it down by your right wrist. And then walk those right toes across the left edge of your mat. Drop your left knee. Move your left knee back so your left hip comes towards your right heel. Push up, open up, and then bend into your elbows. Tap your forehead to the mat. Press into your palms. Rise back up. Now, tuck your left toes under. Right? Come off your left knee. And then point your right toes towards the back of the mat. Slide that right knee back to tabletop position. And then bring your left foot between your thumbs so that you're not feeling runner's lunge. Get your left knee over your left ankle, and then adjust that right leg, which means that right knee is going to move back a little further. There we go. Now as we inhale here, we come up into kneeling crescent. Bring your palms together. Pull them to heart center. Twist to the right. Bring that left elbow. Twist to the left. Sorry. Bring that right elbow to the left knee. Now, tuck your right toes under. See if you come off your right knee. Again, if you got to drop your hands to do it or untwist to do it, that's okay. Come back into the twist once you're up. And then from here, we're going to drop the right heel. Untwist, lift your upper body, take your hands up to the sky. You're in your warrior one, hip square towards the top of your mat. Drop your left hand to your left side, reach that right hand over. We're taking that side bend. Then you're sweeping that left hand back, bringing the right hand forward. So we're in this twist to the left. We're going to untwist here and just bring it in warrior two. So now you're just reaching over your left knee with your left hand. Back here when I come on this side. The camera angle's different. All right, here we go. So we're in warrior two. Turn your left palm up to the sky. Scoop up, come to reverse warrior. And here's where we add it on, right? So we're going to step forward. When we come to that high karate, maybe just take your hands up to the sky, square your hips towards the front of the room, and curl that right knee into your chest. And again, if that doesn't work, your right toes might be down. It might be this. Right? That's okay. Now, drop your hands down to your right knee. Maybe you can grab onto your right foot and kick it out long. If you can't do that, just keep your hands on your knees. And then when you're ready, we're going to lower down to the mat. Right? So remember, all those options I showed you before are still valid. Right? Maybe you can do it holding onto your foot. You bend into that left knee, go all the way down. Oh, there, I made it. And then put my foot down. You don't have to do that, right? You can do it without touching your foot, with your arms up high, or you can drop your hands down to the mat. However you got down, you got down. You've got that right leg kicked forward, left knee bent, left foot on the inside of the right thigh. So first here, we're going to take that right hand back behind your right hip. Left hand goes up to the sky. You're reaching those left fingertips over the right shoulder. And then if you want to here, push into your left foot and into your right palm. Lift your hips up off the mat and come into wild thing. If you want to keep your hips down, keep your hips down. And then from there, everybody drops their hips. Now we're going to come around into our twist. So the left hand's going to come back behind your left hip. Right hand comes around and hugs the left knee. Take your gaze over your right shoulder. Unwind here, bring your hands back towards the front of the room and lift your feet up. So now you're here in boat, right? It could be this, could be this. Maybe everything's up high, right? Just take a breath here. And then you're going to bring the soles of your feet together. Let your feet come back down to the mat. Bring your hands in front of your feet. Come into that bound ankle forward fold. Just take a breath here. And then we're going to rise back up. As we rise back up, now this time you're going to bring your left foot in front of your right. Come to your easy sit. Sweep your hands back up. Lengthen out. And then drop your hands down in front of your left shin. We're going to come back into plank, right? So maybe you just roll right over and come to your plank. Maybe you got to unwind your legs first. Once you're in plank, take your last flow here. Exhale through your chaturanga. Inhale to cobra, up dog. Exhale, shift. Down dog. And then we'll run down dog. Bend your knees, look between your thumbs. Bring your feet forward, your hands. Come into forward fold. This time, as you get to forward fold, toggle your feet out wide to the edges of your mat. Turn your heels in and your toes out, and then bend your knees, drop your hips, come down into Vinyasa. Now, if Vinyasa is not good for you, if you have a block, you can slide the block under your hips. Maybe it feels better sitting down on the block if you don't want to do that. But that still doesn't feel good, or you don't have a block, then drop all the way down to your glutes and just come back to bound ankle. Right, this time we take the elbows to the inside of the knees and push them open. Because our goal here is opening the hips, and you're getting that whether you're in Vinyasa or you're in bound ankle. Right, wherever you are, let your eyes close. Take a few moments here just to reconnect with your breath. Make sure you still have full focus on your breath. Make sure you still have full control of your breath. If you lost either of those things while we were flowing, now's your chance to get it back. Lengthen your breaths again. Slow them again. Deepen them again. And when you're ready, we're all going to come down to our glutes, right? And we're going to come into that hook line position. So I'm going to come, here's the top of my mat. You stay. Bring your toes to the very top of your mat, knees up to the sky. We're going to lay down on our back. So take your arms out long, tuck your chin to your chest, round down, let yourself lay all the way down. All right, now, as you lay down, you're going to reach your hands forward at your sides. Lift your shoulder blades off the mat. Reach those fingertips towards the front of the room. So my hands are elevated, right? Now, you have options here. You can keep just like this, or if you want to make it more, lift your head up off the mat too, right? So you can be here, where it feels better. Keep your shoulders off the mat, but let your head come down. Now, you're going to take your right leg, extend it all the way long. So your right heel's hovering over the mat, right? And then from there, kick your right leg straight up to the sky, bend into it, set it back down next to your left foot. All right, then do that the other way. Take your left leg, extend it long, hover the heel, kick it up to the sky, bend into your left knee, drop it back down next to your right foot. See if you can do that twice more. Take your right leg, extend it long, remember your heel's hovering, it's not resting. Kick it up, bend into it, bring it down. Left leg extends, heel hovers, kick it up, bend into your knee, drop it down. Do that one more time. Right leg kicks forward, comes up, bend into the knee, drop it down. Left foot kicks forward, heel hovers, kick it straight up, and then drop it all the way down. Now, this time, let yourself come all the way down, right? Take your knees, hug them into your chest. And then let your knees fall to one side or the other. We're going to bring ourselves up here into tabletop. So roll to one side, push yourself up, come back into your tabletop. All right, now, as you come to your tabletop here, you're going to take your left arm, now you're going to drop down to your left forearm, but I want your left fingertips to come towards the right edge of your mat, and you're dropping down to your left elbow. So it looks like this. Then you're going to do the same thing with your right arm. Your right arm can come in front of or behind your left arm, right? But you're bringing your right fingertips towards the left side of the mat, dropping your right elbow to the mat. So your right hand is by your left elbow, your left hand is by your right elbow. It doesn't matter which arm's in front, right? Whatever's more comfortable to you. Now, we're going to step back here into a plank. So you're going to basically be in a forearm plank with these crisscross arms, right? So you can just step back, drop your hips, so just below your shoulders, and you're here in a full forearm plank. If you want to have your knees down, have your knees down. Either way, your toes have to be tucked, right? So you can kind of barely see it on the camera, but I'm down on my knees, but my toes are still tucked. Or I do it, I'm up off my knees, right? Either way, what I want you to do here, drop your heels to the left, and then take your right arm up to the sky. Go into a little side plank, right? Now, drop your right arm back down, bring your legs back to center. I'm going to show this on my knees, right? I'm on my knees. I'm still dropping down my heels to the right, even as I'm down on my knees. Taking that left arm, bringing it up. Take that left arm, bring it back down. All right, now we're going to do that twice more on each side. So drop your heels to the right, or to the left, sorry. Open up with your right arm. Drop your right arm down, bring it back to center. Drop your heels to the right. Take your left arm up to the sky. Bring it all back to center. Do it one more time each way. Heels to the left, right arm goes up. Bring it back to center. Heels go right, left arm goes up. Bring it back to center. This time, as you come back to center, drop to your knees, push back into your child's pose. Let your hips come over your heels. Maybe it will feel good here. Sweep your hands back behind you. Let your shoulders rest on your knees or to the sides of your knees. Forehead to the mat. Take about 3 breaths here. Bring it back up into tabletop here. As we come back up to our tabletop, now we're going to get the opportunity, we're going to go into full pigeon. Right, so you're going to slide your right knee forward to your right wrist. Right, walk those right toes across just like we did when we were doing our push-ups, right? But this time, we're not doing our push-ups. As you tuck those left toes under and move that left knee back, right? Make sure you drop your left hip towards your right heel. Push up, look up. And then from there, then you can come all the way down. Maybe you come down to your elbows, your forearms here. Maybe some of you can reach those arms that long, come all the way down to your chest, letting your head come to the mat. Maybe stand on your palms. If pigeon's not for you, you always have the option to come into deer. In deer, you let that right hip drop all the way to the ground, and then you bend into your left knee, bringing your left knee against the sole of your right foot. So facing forward, it would look like this, right? This is just an option if you don't love pigeon. If you're good in pigeon, stay right there, right? But if you want to bring your legs to this position instead, to your position, and walk it forward here, that is always an option. You're still getting a stretch in your right hip, and that's our goal here, stretching out the right hip. We want to feel that sensation in the right hip. If you feel like you're not feeling enough in your right hip, right, then you got to walk those right toes more towards the front left corner of your mat. If you feel like you've got too much sensation going on, then you walk those toes back towards your groin, right? And it takes some pressure off. Either way, your right hip, for 99.9% of the people, it's up off the mat in pigeon, right? Because most of us don't have the flexibility to get that hip straight as we push the left hip down to the right heel. But if you do, right, it's okay, but you should definitely be feeling that sensation in the right hip. Take 2 more breaths here. We're slowly going to come out of it, right? Come back up to your palms. Tuck those right toes or left toes under so you can move your left knee a little bit forward. Now, you're going to slide that right leg back into tabletop. All right, now this time as we're in tabletop, you want to move that right leg around a little bit. So maybe you just lift that right knee straight out to the side in that little fire hydrant and do some circles there. Maybe it feels better to extend that right leg behind you, dropping your toes to the mat and pressing through the heel to open up the calf. Just get that sensation going back in your right leg. Once you're feeling good again, wherever you are, just bring it back into tabletop. And we're going to do the other side. So this time we're going to slide that left knee forward to the left wrist and start to walk those left toes across towards the right edge of your mat. Again, you might not get all the way across, you probably won't. That's okay. Wherever you end up with your left leg, then you tuck your right toes under, start to move that right knee back so that your right hip can drop towards your left heel. Right? So I'm pushing my right hip down, then my left hip lifts a little higher so it gets a little more sensation. Push yourself up. You can stay right here on your palms. Maybe move a little further forward. Maybe you drop down to your elbows. Maybe you come all the way down to your chest. Letting your forehead come to the mat. Again, you always have the option to come to deer. Drop the left hip, bring the right knee forward so the sole of your right. Sorry, I'm trying to stifle my sneeze. So your left knee comes, right knee comes against the sole of your left foot. Bring your hands in front of your left shin. Walk it forward here. You can be a deer, you can be a pigeon. More breaths. And then bring your hands back to the mat. So we're making our way back into tabletop from wherever you are. Okay. And then once we're back in tabletop, make sure you move that left knee around a little bit. Open up with the left knee, maybe make those fire hydrant circles. Maybe extend that left leg all the way, push through that left heel. And eventually we're all going to bring it into tabletop. Let your hips come to one side or the other here. And swing your legs around in front of you. All right, from here we're just going to go into a wide-legged forward fold. So once your legs are in front of you, bring them as wide as you can. Sit up nice and tall. Bring your hands straight in front of you. You want to walk it forward here. And just trying to bring your chest as far forward as you can. Right? So the crown of your head ends up facing towards the front of the room. You don't want to tuck your chin to your chest and try to get your head down. Just bring your chest forward. Maybe you can drop to your elbows while you do that. Maybe some of you come all the way down to your chest. It's hard. Your chest and your forehead would hit the mat at the same time. Keep your toes pointed towards the ceiling. Keep your knees pointed towards the ceiling. You want to feel this stretch right through your inner thighs. As long as you're feeling that, you're doing the right thing. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Ready. Slowly walk it all the way back up. Now from here, for our last stretch, we're going to go back into that bound ankle. Bring the soles of your feet together with your knees out to the sides. And then before, when we were doing this in our flow, right, we leaned forward, brought the hands past the feet. You can do that again if that feels good. It's a little stretch in the low back. Right, your body's probably ready for turtle today. That's where you bring your hands to the inside of the diamond. Slide your hands underneath your ankles so you can wrap them around your feet from the outside. Now, if you can get there, then you round out. You tuck your chin to your chest. You drive that forehead toward your feet and take a round, right? It's a lot of stress in the low back. Like I said, your body is probably ready for it, but if this doesn't feel good to you, right, then you can just come up. You can have the crown of your head towards the ceiling, sitting up nice and tall, or you can do like we did during the flow and just walk a little bit forward, keeping your back flat. Find where it feels the best to you. Hang out there. Two more breaths. And let yourself come all the way up. Unthread your hands. Bring your knees back together, feet on the ground. So we're going to come back to that hook line at the top of our mat, right? And we're going to lay down on our back again. So you're here. Take your arms out long, tuck your chin to your chest. Everybody's going to round now. Let yourself round down as you place yourself down on the mat. Now, once we're down on the mat, we're going to go into that bridge again, right? This time, we're going to hold our bridge. So walk your heels a little closer to your glutes, as close as you can get them. Your hands are at your sides, palms face down. Push through all four corners of both feet. Lift your hips up to the sky. All right, so now we're here in that bridge. If you have a block and you want to slide a block underneath your hips, let your hips rest in the block, you can do that. Maybe a supported bridge, using leverage the block to get the hips higher and increase the flexibility of the back. If you're in unsupported bridge, right, we have to use the strength in our legs to push the hips higher, to increase the flexibility of the back. So engage your quads, engage your glutes. If you want to make it even more, you can tuck one entire shoulder than the other underneath your body. Clasp your hands underneath your body. That pushes your hips a little bit higher. You don't have to do that. You can stay with your hands at your sides. We're trying to get our hips up high. Makes it increase the flexibility of the back. Wherever you are, take two more breaths. And then as you exhale, float your hips back down to the mat. And come to the mat. If you have that block underneath your hips and you want to keep it there for waterfall, then keep the block there. If you want to take it out, take it out. If you don't have a block, then we're just coming to regular waterfall. You take your feet straight up to the sky. Flex your feet like you're going to step on the ceiling. Keep your feet right over your hips. All right, we're getting the blood to go from the feet now, where it pools all day, back to our head and heart where we need it more. If you want to stay right here, stay right here. Right? If you don't have a block, but you want to make it a little bit more intense, you have the option to come into full shoulder stand. That's where you lift your hips up off the mat. Put your hands in the small of your back, so you're supporting yourself on your shoulders and your forearms. So if you're up in shoulder stand, you want to half flex, half point your feet. Feel like you're about to slip on a pair of high heels. If you're going to stay in waterfall, which is fine, you're fully flexing your feet, soles of the feet towards the ceiling. Either way, in that increased circulation I talked about, we're naturally lowering our blood pressure. We're flooding the body with all sorts of anti-aging and anti-stress hormones. Good things happen when we get upside down. So we do it at least once each class. Whatever version of the inversion you're in, take a couple more breaths. And then from there, when we're ready to come out of it, we're all going to come out of it the same way. Bend your knees, let them scrape along the face and body. Slowly drop your feet back down to the mat. All right, now, as we drop our feet back down to the mat, this time we're going to come into happy baby. If you still have a block under your hips, lift your hips up, slide that block out from underneath you. Everybody's hips should be flat on the ground here. You're going to take your feet up to the sky again. This time, they don't have to be right over your hips. They can be angled forward a little bit if that's more comfortable. If it does feel good to you, have them straight over your hips, then bring them there. Right? Now, you're going to separate your feet slightly, or maybe a lot. That's up to you. And you're going to bend your knees, maybe slightly, maybe a lot, maybe not at all. That's up to you. Reach up with your same hand for your same foot. Maybe you're grabbing the inside or outside sole of the foot or the ankle or the shin or the knee. Wherever you make that connection, it's good. But once you've made it, go forward a little bit. You want to feel that sacrum, the low part of your back, press into the mat. Once that sacrum's pressing into the mat, then we can rock from side to side. We're giving ourselves a little spinal massage. And it should feel good. our final twist right here. Let your arms go out long like wings in that T position. And then as you exhale, let your knees drop to the right. Take your chin and your gaze to the left. If you want to make this more, you can take your right hand, press the knees closer to the mat, or you can extend your legs so your toes go toward your right fingertips. Either way, you want to keep that left shoulder anchored to the ground, right? This is giving you the twist. On your next inhale, pull your knees back up to center. And then this time, as we exhale, those knees are going to go to the left. Your chin, your gaze, are going to go to the right. You can take your left hand if you want here, press those knees closer to the mat, or extend your legs so your toes go toward your left fingertips. Keep your right shoulder anchored here. We always finish off with this twist just because it seals up our practice. Lets our bodies remember everything they did today, so next time we practice, it's all a little easier. We go everywhere a little bit deeper. As you inhale next here, pull your knees back up to center. Give them that one final hug into your chest. And we'll set up for our final pose, our Shavasana, right? So, traditional Shavasana, you lie flat on your back, you extend your legs all the way, hands at your sides. If that's not comfortable to you, don't stay there. There's other options. You can bend your knees, let them fall in against each other, right? You can butterfly your legs like we did at mountain ankle. You can roll to your side, you can roll to your belly. Just find somewhere to be where you're perfectly comfortable, where you're going to be able to stay perfectly still, and most importantly, where your mind is going to be able to go perfectly quiet. If you're struggling, find that quiet of the mind. Let your breath help you. You don't have to control your breath anymore. Let it go. Let it do what it wants to do. Pay attention to what it is doing. Let it begin to guide you. And you can release complete control of the breath while keeping your complete focus on your breath. The breath is able to take you right to a place where there's nothing left in your mind but you and your breath. And when you get there, that's always your true quiet of the mind. Slowly start to come back into the room. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, feeling the increased sensation that comes with the quiet mind. If you want to here, you can take your arms overhead, do a nice full, deep body stretch. And then from there, just let yourself roll over onto your right side in a fetal position. Take a couple breaths right there, just to reacclimate to our space. Let the sights and the sounds of the room come back to you. Take as long as you need right here. And when you're ready, push yourself up to seated. Close here. So let's close with our two Pramari breaths and then an Om. The Pramari breath we inhale as we exhale, like that little humming sound in the back of the throat. And the Om is the universal syllable. It uses all parts of the throat. You can join me in these breaths, so you can just listen. Let's close our eyes here. We'll inhale together. Inhaling again. And then we'll inhale one final time and let your eyes drift open. Bring your hands to heart center. Thank you, all of you, for sharing your energy, your practice with me this morning. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste. I'll be back tomorrow for some gentle yoga, so come join me then. I will see you all in the morning, 10 o'clock.